Leeds come away from this one wondering how it slipped.
So it finishes Manchester City 3, Leeds 2. Let's take a look at what that means for Manchester City's position in the table. They sit second, 4 points adrift of Arsenal. We're in action against Chelsea on Sunday. For more on this, let's welcome in Don Hutchison, shall we? It's weird, Don. I can go either way with this. You can say, oh, great spirit for Manchester City, getting that last-minute goal and getting the win. But it's really difficult to be positive about a side who were 2-0 up and cruising and then just seem to completely and utterly capitulate.
Correct, Dan. And I was trying to think, would Arsenal allow that? This Arsenal team, they wouldn't. I think if Arsenal were 2-0 up at half-time, you'd see them go and win the game 3-4 without any drama. It was strange because before the game, Haaland's on 99 goals, trying to set the record for 100. Phil Foden scores inside of a minute. Then I'm thinking, right, this is a Guardiola side in the past that would have hit Leeds for 5 or 6. They got the second on about 25 minutes. Then you're thinking, right, second half, they're going to come out and they're going to take the game and they're going to walk all over Leeds. As Shaka said before, credit Daniel Farke a little bit. You know, he changed his system from a back 4 to a back 3. Got his wing backs up the pitch. They pressed and they rattled City. Then all of a sudden at 2-2, City were in a world of trouble and they got the win from a brilliant strike from Phil Foden. But it left me coming away from the game thinking, that's not a City side that I think can chase down Arsenal, win the league. Not on that performance, not on the performance that they gave against Newcastle. But that performance today was more worrying. I think the City fans come away from the game thinking, glad they got the 3 points. Pep will be delighted, but inside he'll be furious at the performance.
That's the thing, isn't it? This isn't an anomaly. No. This isn't Manchester City cruising and all of a sudden they've dropped the ball. You could say maybe as Arsenal did against Sunderland. This was poor. It was poor against Bayer Leverkusen, it was poor against Newcastle. And it's difficult to put up an argument as to why this team is going to fight all the way to the end with Arsenal. I'm
not sure that this team has that in them. And I say this, and again, give Farke credit, give Leeds credit for their comeback and at least making a game of this. It should have been 4-5 at half-time. The first half was really that easy for Manchester City. And just before the break, City missed another chance. Again, could have quite easily been 5 in the first half. And there's shots of Reinders and a couple of the other City players kind of laughing about it. And while you can't be too critical of players being relaxed on the field, you don't do that and then throw away a 2-goal lead. From the time you throw away that 2-goal lead, now all of a sudden this kind of relaxed atmosphere that you certainly closed out the first half with comes back to haunt you. And yeah, changes were made and all of a sudden Leeds were given this lifeline. Again, City overplaying right to the edge of their own 6-yard box, allows Calvert-Lewin to score, and all of a sudden there's a game on their hands. And not only that, despite how dominant City were in the first half, Leeds get the goal, and there's this uncertainty around the entire stadium that the players start to feel as well. And truth be told, I thought Leeds would go on to win it. They get the second, and don't ask me what Guardiola was thinking with that challenge. And at that point, it really could have gone either way. Foden, who's been in great form, is a difference maker, but only just. And we're talking a team that's threatening to win the Premier League, and another that, at best, is hoping to stay in it.
Don, I'm being told, you said it was 50-50 last week between Arsenal and City, is that correct?
Yes, I've moved well away from that, by the way.
When did you say that?
I was about 2 weeks ago when I thought Arsenal might have a little wobble after the Sunderland game and City won their game. I had to call it 2 weeks ago, but listen, it's way away from 50-50 now.
Yeah. What's wrong with them, Don? The players are good enough, aren't they?
Yes.
I tell you what, I think what we're looking at the name on the front of the house in terms of Guardiola, legendary manager. We're looking at Man City and all have won trebles and all, but we're not looking at the same team. You know, when Kyle Walker departed in the summer, I was stunned they didn't buy a right back. They bought the likes of Reinders and bought Cherky, fantastic footballers. Aït-Nouri's another one, but he's a wing back. Doesn't strike me as a Man City wing backy sort of player. They needed a left back. So Nick O'Reilly, who started his life as a midfield player, has gone in at left back and done really well. Mateus Nunes as a midfield player who's gone in at right back. He was guilty for the second goal when he made a half-hearted challenge. He gave the ball away in the first place, and then once sort of they got themselves in a decent position, that's what happens when a midfield player played at the back thinking he can take a touch to his 18-yard box. I mean, they've got fixtures that they could go and win. They've got Fulham next. They've got a few 3 or 4 Premier League games that on paper they should win, but they've got Real Madrid away in the Champions League. So you just look at this City side and you just think they're vulnerable. They're like Liverpool at the minute, where you score against them, they crack a little bit, they get anxious, they get nervy, and they're sort of lunging for the finish line. That's never been the Guardiola way. Normally when his team is 2-0 up, they strangle a life out you, they keep the ball, they go and score 3, 4 and 5, they look great. Now you're just looking at a team where you think, apart from Haaland, what are they?
I think, like you're saying, they're not that... Last year they were the similar team, weren't they? And they recruited so strangely, as you say, in the summer, and now you're kind of bearing the fruits of that, in that you look so vulnerable at the back, which of course then leads me to your question, what's your percentage now, Don?
My percentage now is 60 for Arsenal.
Oh, okay.
30 for City and 10 for Chelsea. I'm going to give them a little sniff.